talking alert days. Bitterly cold temperatures are on the way to southern Wisconsin. We have that timing coming up.
Continuing coverage of the Chandler Halderson trial. Hear testimony about doorbell cameras and what to expect from court today.
And frustrated parents confront the Madison School District over their decision on whether to return to class in person. Good Thursday morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. I'm Leah Lynch-Ide.
And I'm Chris Stanford. Good to have you with us. Let's start with the weather. We have some alert days in the forecast. It's all because of some very cold temperatures, Chris Reese.
Yeah, today, not necessarily today, but really tomorrow and into Monday, those are going to be alert days, and it is all due to the colder temperatures that we're expecting. Low temperatures around 5 degrees below zero, if not colder in some spots. And then we're talking wind chills as much as 25 below zero. You see the wind chill advisories that we have out there this morning. A lot of these are to our west as of now. It is my expectation that we'll see some of these expanded towards the east as we move towards this afternoon, particularly for tomorrow morning's wind chills. Let's go ahead and take a look at how things may begin to play out. This is Friday morning. You're waking up, you're getting ready to head out the door. It's 6 o'clock, wind chills around 22, 25 degrees below zero. Some parts of the state could see wind chills as much as 30 degrees below zero towards tomorrow morning. Even into the afternoon, the warmest part of the day, it's still going to feel below zero as you begin to step outside. So we're not just in the fridge or freezer, but we are in the deep freezer as we go for the next couple of days. By Friday night, dinner time, we're around 13 below zero, still feeling cold. We'll warm up for the weekend. Then we'll start to move towards early next week where those wind chills again will start to fall as much as 20 or 30 below zero. That's why we have that alert day in the forecast for your Monday as well. 8 is our temperature headed out the door right now. Light snow at the airport, that wind chill down at 4 below. Wind chills are colder back towards the west, a little bit warmer towards the east. Goose Egg, 0, 0, and 0 for Juneau, Watertown, and Janesville. 14 below is what it feels like for Viroqua and La Crosse. 16 below in Decorah, Iowa this morning. Here's Doppler track. We do have a lot of snow shower activity out there, but a lot of it does not actually show up on the radar for us this morning. We just have to watch what does. Now, most of the snow activity in the country today, that's going to be further towards the south. Snowfall rates of 1 to 2, even 3 inches per hour are getting ready to develop across parts of Middle Tennessee, working its way into Kentucky. This is the part of the country that's about to see more snow out of this storm than some parts of southern Wisconsin have seen all winter at this point. So yes, the storm track is far to our south. Meanwhile, we're going to be staying on the quiet side. A couple of flurries today, but we're still dry. We are just cold. That's overall the bulk of the story. Get used to that cold out there. 12 is where we top out for your high this afternoon. We're back down to 5 below zero overnight tonight. Wind chills around 20 to 25 below zero as you head out the door tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's cold as well. 11 is your forecast high. We get better on Saturday, 28 with some flurries and freezing drizzle. 15 on Sunday as temperatures fall. 7 on Monday. That's as good as it gets. Hey, we've got a heat wave in the forecast, though. 30 and 31 Wednesday and Thursday.
Looking forward to that. That's going to feel great after a few chilly days, huh?
The moonroof will be open.
Come on now. Not quite shorts and moonroof weather yet, Chris Reese. We'll get there. Thanks, Chris. So as we approach the alert days, plenty of households are going to find themselves raising the thermostat. Of course, with that warmer home comes some higher costs.
McKenna Alexander has some advice from Alliant Energy on how to save some money. Good morning, McKenna.
Yeah, good morning, you too. Well, most of us in Wisconsin are somewhat adapted to the cold, but that doesn't mean you want to wear your parka inside or to bed. So whether it's an extra sweatshirt or an additional blanket at night, Alliant Energy says there's plenty of options when it comes to making sure your bill doesn't break the bank.
Making sure that your vents aren't obstructed, making sure that you've sealed windows and leaks, keeping your window shades open during the day to let some of that sunlight in. A lot of those simple steps can help save real dollars.
However, officials say the biggest driver of increased heating costs is usage. So if your thermostat is a lot higher than normal, you'll see your bill increase substantially. Now, that also means if you can find a time to turn down the temperature in your home, like overnight, then you're more likely to see a bigger decline in bills.
All right. McKenna Alexander with some good advice this morning. We appreciate it. Thank you very much. 6:04 now. We are entering day 4 of the murder trial against 23-year-old Chandler Halderson.
Day 3 was full of testimony from friends to neighbors. Friends of the Haldersons say they drove to the cabin to check on him. Some of the neighbors testified saying that Chandler went door to door asking them about their doorbell camera footage after the parents disappeared. But Halderson's uncle, a former police officer, Brett Halderson, says it was his idea.
Just knowing camera systems and knowing that sometimes they're not kept more than 24 hours, 48 hours or longer. And I wasn't aware of what Dane County was doing at the time. I thought it just would be prudent to try to preserve any information that would potentially have a license plate of a vehicle that stopped there that day.
The prosecution also showed a video inside the Haldersons' home. They plan to use specific sections of that video as the trial continues. The judge warning that today will enter some more difficult pieces of evidence for the prosecution. News 3 Now and Channel3000.com will continue to cover the case extensively starting at about 8:45. And to get a more in-depth look, see the timeline of the case and watch it live, you can head to Channel3000.com where we have a page dedicated specifically to this trial. Or you could download our free News 3 Now mobile app.
Happening today, the Madison School District will announce if students will return to in-person learning on Monday. Last night, the superintendent and district health advisors spent hours defending their decision to go virtual until then, starting this morning. The meeting was filled with questions and comments from frustrated families. Parents of students with IEPs and young kindergartners argued against virtual learning, while other speakers argued for it. Everyone, though, agreeing on one thing: the district hasn't been transparent enough.
I realize that it is extremely difficult to make difficult decisions in difficult times.
I think public schools should be open to, if they're able to open, they're an essential service.
Superintendent Jenkins cites an 18% positivity rate in Dane County as the reason the district decided to move virtual this week. He says he understands parents' frustration with the nature of the decision and wishes he could have made the decision earlier as well.
Because I've been in this fight a long time. The pandemic has given us an opportunity to really look closer at what we need to do. But you know, it's been changing rapidly, minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, week by week, month by month. And if someone would have told me that Omicron was coming on as we were preparing for COVID-19, I would have been happy to take that information.
Health advisors in that meeting are pointing to testing and proper masking as the keys to returning to the classroom. The district did purchase thousands of N95 masks for students and teachers. They also have 30 testing sites inside schools.
These conversations are happening across the country. In D.C., students must have a negative COVID test before they can return on Thursday. Detroit delayed returning to classrooms and is going virtual through at least January 14th. Green Bay expected to go virtual for several days due to a staffing shortage from this latest outbreak.
Today marks the one-year anniversary of the January 6th riots and attack at the U.S. Capitol. More than 700 people have been arrested since then. The FBI still looking for 350 others who they call violent criminals.
Those who assaulted officers or damaged the Capitol face greater charges. Those who conspired with others to obstruct the vote count also face greater charges.
The divisions that led to the attack continue to persist 1 year later. A CBS News poll shows 66% of Republicans believe there was widespread fraud in the 2020 election.
For the anniversary here in Dane County, former members of multiple hate groups are teaming up with We're Many United Against Hate for a special event. It starts at 8:30 this morning. It's at the McFarland Performing Arts Center. Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul will be moderating. The event is free to the public, and you can also watch online. Masood Akhtar, president and founder of the nonprofit, says learning from those who were once part of a hate group can teach us to end racism and bigotry.
The most powerful tool since I started my movement in 2016 is sharing real live stories of people. That kind of thing is so powerful for these people.
A student panel from various high schools is also planned. Students will share their own experiences and their work to influence their schools and communities. Channel 3000 is a proud sponsor of the event.
6:09 on your Thursday. Coming up, the Badgers set to take on Iowa tonight. But first, a pretty funny moment from the postgame after Monday's big win against Purdue. You don't want to miss it.
And we're in the 608 with how one area community is showing support for healthcare workers during this time. When we come back, stick around.
4 days only at Slumberland Furniture. 40% off a single item. Thursday through Sunday, 40% off. Online and in store. Don't miss our biggest discount ever at Slumberland Furniture. 40% off right now.
I'm Rebecca, and you might know me from reality TV. And this was my stubborn body fat that I just couldn't get rid of. But then I went to Sono Bello, and they permanently removed my body fat in just one visit.
It is so intensely gratifying for one visit to make this big of a change. It's amazing.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It feels incredible to look down, and it's flat. Thank you again, Sono Bello. I'm so happy.
Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation and find out how you can get $250 off instantly. Call 1-800-595-1532 or go to sonobello.com.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Order the Herb Chicken Mediterranean Pizza right now at papamurphys.com.
Before treating your chronic migraine, 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more, you're not the only one with questions about Botox. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine before they even start, with about 10 minutes of treatment once every 3 months. So ask your doctor if Botox is right for you, and if a sample is available.
Effects of Botox may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Side effects may include allergic reactions, neck and injection site pain, fatigue, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications, including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 92% of current users said they wish they talked to their doctor and started Botox sooner. Plus, right now, you may pay $0 for Botox. Ask your doctor about Botox today.
Reynolds Wrap makes this whole cooking and cleanup thing so easy. Speeds up this so I can get to them.
Easy prep, cook, and clean with Reynolds Wrap.
Don't miss out. 40% off a single item at Slumberland Furniture. 4 days only, 40% off. Thursday through Sunday, 40% off. Online and in store. Biggest discounts ever. Plus, pay no interest for 5 years at Slumberland Furniture.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Welcome back. We're in the 608 this morning with how one area community is showing support for their healthcare heroes.
Josh Breider's live in Prairie du Sac this morning with the story. Good morning, Josh.
Hey guys, good morning. Yeah, we're live just outside of the emergency room here at Sauk Prairie Healthcare, and this place is what this whole story, all of the inspiration was behind right here. Go ahead and take a look.
Can't imagine what it's like every day.
I know how hard all of you are working.
Sometimes we take it for granted.
You have been amazing in providing outstanding health care to everyone in our community.
Through this entire pandemic.
A local community member came up with an idea of creating a video in support of our healthcare heroes and thought it was very important right now. The video posted to YouTube shows the community's appreciation to frontline workers at Sauk Prairie Healthcare. Ben Nelms is the video's creator. He took it upon himself to reach out to other community members in the dozens to participate and was proud to be putting this video together.
We acknowledge that this is not easy. We know it. We're thinking about you. We thank you. You keep our doors open. You keep our people healthy. And we know you are worn out. I know that if I'm going through a tough spot, or if anybody's going through a tough spot, sometimes you just want the empathy that, hey, we acknowledge this is going on and we are behind you.
This This video comes at a time when all healthcare workers need a boost. Sockbury Healthcare CEO Sean Lurch tells me they've been burning the candle at both ends for a long, long time with little reprieve. So the fact that the community took it upon themselves to create this video to say thank you and we need you was an outpouring of love. He says it couldn't have come at a better time to lift them up and refuel for what they expect to be a difficult winter. Back out here live at a very picturesque scene at Sockbury Healthcare this morning. If you'd like to take a look at that video in full for yourself, I definitely recommend doing it. It's quite emotional. Very, very incredible work by this community. Just go to this story. I've posted a link on channel3000.com, guys.
And I'm sure that this video is not just going to have an impact on the local community. I mean, this is something that any healthcare worker, any frontline worker could log on this morning and watch and get a bit of a boost, Josh.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Chris. When Ben made this, he obviously knew that, you know, front and center was the sock community. This is where he lives. This is where all these people are supporting. But he hopes that this really goes a lot farther than just the 608 alone and thanking our healthcare workers during this time. I mean, this morning, this video has only been posted for about a week. There's already close to 4,000 views on YouTube. So I think we got to make this go viral and really show our frontline workers how much we love and support them right now.
Hey, I love that idea. Let's make it go viral. Josh Breiter, thank you very much. Great story today. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out to him on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram, or shoot him an email for a chance to be featured.
Boy, we saw how cold and windy and a little snowy it looked out there in Josh's live shot, Chris Reese.
Yeah, and the radar over where Josh is right now, oddly enough, does not show all that much snow. A lot of this has been flying under the radar. It's because it's low-level moisture. That radar beam is out in Milwaukee. It scans higher up in the sky, and it's missing a lot of the snowflakes that we do have out there. It's picking up on some of them, though, and that's why you see at least a little bit of blue showing up for us this morning on Doppler track. We'll see that Chancellor the flurries hanging out with us pretty much all morning long, and then even into the afternoon, we'll keep that slight chance of flurries with us. But one thing that we know is here, and it's moving in, that is going to be the cold, folks. Wind chill advisories to our west this morning. It is my expectation to see wind chill advisories expanded further towards the east later on this afternoon and evening for the cold that we'll be dealing with tomorrow morning. We might even see more of these wind chill advisories as we start to move towards early next week as well. Wind chills right now, 0 in Janesville, 4 below for us in Madison, 11 below 0 in the Dells, and same for our friends in Monroe. So it is colder to the west. The temperature is at 8, and we do have that light snow coming down at the airport. So let's look ahead. Let's go throughout the rest of the morning. It's going to take us a minute, but we'll warm up out of the single digits and into the lower teens. We'll keep these snow showers around for a good portion of the morning as well. But here's the upper air pattern. We're going to see this colder air really just yo-yo around as we go through time. That battle out between the colder air and the milder air, but even that milder air is still going to be staying on the colder side. Traffic-wise this morning, there are no issues, but perhaps a couple of slick spots cannot be ruled out. It is quite cold out there. One area that we are seeing at least a little bit of an issue, that's going to be 151 throughout parts of Iowa County. This is mainly towards the south and west of Dodgeville this morning, right around Mineral Point. There is a closure there as well. So if you are going to be headed this direction, just keep that in mind as you're on 151, getting close to Mineral Point.
All right, Chris Reese, keeping track of it all for us this morning. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
The Badgers are returning home to take on Iowa tonight, but check out Craig Gard after their victory against Purdue on Monday. Did you just see that? The plan was great. The execution, not so much. Gard's cooler dump somehow missed every single player. After having a chance to review the tape, the Badgers broke down his poor attempt.
2 out of 10. We'll give him a 2 for effort. Execution was not great. I think we need to get him a little bit more practice. He's used to getting the Gatorade dumped on him, so we'll make excuses for him, but hopefully we'll give him another shot here in the next few months.
I'm going to give it to him. The bucket was a little heavy. The coaches did the assistant coaches did a good job of getting us all in the middle so he could pour it on us, but, you know, Coach Gard ain't in his prime no more, so he couldn't really lift it like that.
Tough language there. Not in his prime anymore. Oof, oof. Wonder if Greg Gard was listening to that. The Badgers look to roll on after their huge win in Mackey Arena. Tip-off against the Hawkeyes tonight is at 8. You can watch it on Fox Sports 1.
It was a pretty bad toss.
Give him a break. Come on. It probably was heavy.
I love that they're having fun with it, though.
True.
You know, turn the tables and let the players talk about the coach and score him on their performance.
Let's break down the video, shall we?
I know. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, it's more sports news this morning. Just one day after his comments on Aaron Rodgers being a bad guy, a Chicago sports writer is apologizing. Hub Arkish said Tuesday that Rodgers cost the Packers the offseason with his off-the-field antics. In the apology, he says there are not many greater honors than a vote for MVP. And Arkish, quote, violated a trust with the panel. In the article, he also says Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, saying he will discuss his vote this year and reasoning with whomever once the award is announced.
Check this out. At the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas yesterday, General Motors unveiling its new all-electric Chevy Silverado. It can travel up to 400 miles on a single charge. Besides a nearly 6-foot-long bed, there's also a trunk in the front and a brand new display loaded with features.
How are cars and trucks becoming more high-tech?
Auto manufacturers have kind of realized that they create technology. Consumers really expect not just cars that are efficient, but cars that are high-tech.
CBS News tech reporter Dan Patterson says it's not just car companies unveiling vehicles these days. Sony, best known for electronics and gaming, showed off its Vision S. That's an electric SUV that could be available down the road. Now, Chris, how much do you think a truck like that would cost?
Oh, gosh, it's got to be way up there. I don't know. They're always way out of anybody's price range, right?
Aren't they?
But I love seeing them. I love seeing the vehicles of the future. I'm glued every time.
They're certainly gorgeous. You know, I love a good Chevy. Okay, 6:21 now. Coming up in our next half hour, an update out of court where Pisons is suing the owner of its building. What's next for that iconic restaurant?
Stay with us.
Channel 3000 Plus. Watch from your streaming media player or mobile device.
Cobison Buses, now hiring.
Working with Cobison, it's definitely been great because of the flexibility. If you do need time off, they work around you. They definitely try to make it a company that's based for you.
Visit Cobison.com to apply.
The Home Expo is coming this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Meet the top builders, remodelers, and home improvement experts at the Monona Terrace Convention Center this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only.
Deep in credit card debt? Did you know Credit Associates can help you reduce that debt? It's not nearly as complicated as you think. Let me show you what I mean. First, there's the total amount of credit card debt you owe. Whoa! We can reduce that by almost half. Second, how about those decades you'll be in debt? We reduce that down to as little as 24 to 36 months, giving you up to 20 debt-free years back. Lastly, how about the endless hours of stress and anxiety from being in debt? We can help reduce that too. It's easy to get started. Call now to see how Credit Associates can reduce your debt and save you thousands. The information is free and there's no risk to call. 1-800-949-3849. Call Credit Associates now to start living better, debt-free. 1-800-949-3849.
Test rest a Beauty Rest Black or Black Hybrid at Steinhafels, and you could win a 2-year lease to a 2022 Mercedes-Benz GLA 250. Beauty Rest Black is the ultimate in luxury and comfort. Queen mattresses start at just $23.99. Plus, get a free weighted blanket and $200 in Steinhafels cash. And with Steinhafels special financing and free delivery, buying a Beauty Rest Black has never been easier. Relax, it's Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
To count down the days, but my ski trip to Cascade Mountain with my cousin each year, so much fun. We used to pretend like we were flying. Now, we really do. My dad and my uncle like that we still ski free. But Noah and I, we just have fun. See you there.
So here's what we won't do. We won't let self-doubt win again. Because together,
We're working on something more real. Elbows in. With a real plan and coach for real 360 support. That's Anytime Fitness. That's Real AF.
Trust the First Warn Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
Cobuson Buses, now hiring.
My name is Mike Williams. I've been driving school bus off and on for 21 years. Here at our terminal, we're kind of like a family too. Somebody has an issue with a bus, other people kick in and help and get the job done.
Welcome back. We always ask you to share your morning with us. Well, we're sharing our morning with you. One of our producers snapped a pic of his sunset on the east side of Madison. Devin, I don't want to lose you as a producer, but quite the photographer here.
Well, let's not give him that much credit. I mean, it's a nice picture.
Don't give him too many ideas. Huh?
Yeah, well, that too, I guess. I mean, we're happy to have him as a producer here. We hope he doesn't leave us as a photographer, although it is a nice picture, I don't think. I don't know. I'd have to see his full portfolio.
I think it's pretty good, Stanford. It's good composition,
nice
don't you
picture.
think?
I don't know. Is that sure.
Hard to please.
I guess.
Hard to please.
Yeah, it is a very nice picture. I kid. Devin, thank you for sharing your morning with us, or your evening. I know it's a sunset because you're not up. He is up. He's just not outside for sunrise.
Chris, I want to see what kind of pictures you're taking if this one isn't
I know.
up
If I'm going to dish
par.
it out, I might as well be able to take it too.
My goodness.
All right.
Picky.
Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning, and our favorites will wind up on the air.
Chris Reese with your certified most accurate forecast this morning. It's a cold one, Chris.
It is a cold one. We're also tracking some flurries out there this morning. A lot of that doesn't show up on radar, but as you head out the door, you might run into a little snow shower or flurry. Temperatures are in the single digits. In fact, it is 8 right now. We're only warming up to 12 as we go throughout today. Here's Doppler track. Generally quiet for us. I'll tell you where things are going to be more active, though. Kentucky and Tennessee today, 4 to 10 inches of snow is expected across that part of the country. We have not even seen that big of a snowstorm as we have gone throughout the year so far. But we'll let you know how things continue to change in that forecast. We're tracking some dangerously cold wind chills when we come back at 6:30.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
When sickness hits, chicken soup can help you heal. Could it even boost your immunity?
This is something we need.
Susan Simon's in the kitchen with Dr. Zorba Pastor to share his research. Tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Living with metastatic breast cancer means being relentless.
Because every day matters. And having more of them is possible with Verzenio, the only one of its kind proven to help you live significantly longer when taken with fulvestrant, regardless of menopause.
Verzenio plus fulvestrant is for HR-positive, HER2-negative metastatic breast cancer that has progressed after hormone therapy. Diarrhea is common, may be severe, or cause dehydration or infection. At the first sign, call your doctor, start an antidiarrheal, and drink fluids. Before taking Verzenio, tell your doctor about any fever, chills, or other signs of infection. Verzenio may cause low white blood cell counts, which may cause serious infection that can lead to death. Life-threatening lung inflammation can occur. Tell your doctor about any new or worsening trouble breathing, cough, or chest pain. Serious liver problems can happen. Symptoms include fatigue, appetite loss, stomach pain, and bleeding or bruising. Blood clots that can lead to death have occurred. Tell your doctor if you have pain or swelling in your arms or legs, shortness of breath, chest pain, and rapid breathing or heart rate, or if you are nursing, pregnant, or plan to be.
Every day matters.
And I want more of them.
Ask your doctor about everyday Verzenio.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
You know what I'm going to miss most about space?
What's that?
How easy it is to keep up my saving habit. There's nothing to buy up here.
We're making it easier to save on Earth, too. When you open a savings builder account at BMO Harris, you can get a cash reward for every month you save.
Anything to help launch my savings?
Sure. When you open a checking account, we'll give you $200 to kickstart your savings progress.
$200 and a monthly savings reward.
It's a way to save that won't weigh you down. It's a little space humor.
When a bank helps you make real financial progress, that's the BMO effect.
Sick of waiting for your furniture to arrive? Menards has furniture you need in stock. Plus, you get a free rug. That's right. Buy any upholstered living room furniture at $299 or more and get a free 5x7 area rug. That's $149.99 in savings. Need a new chair? How about a sectional? A new recliner or love seat? Buy one today. Get a free rug. Hurry up. Get to Menards before they're gone. In store only while supplies last.
Save big money at Menards.
At Pick and Save, you can get personalized coupons on top of weekly sales for prices that are lower than low on food that's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Right now, close friends of the Haldersons take the stand to recount the days leading up to Bart and Krista's disappearance. What they said felt off even before bodies were discovered.
And of course, we continue to track the cold moving into southern Wisconsin. We're talking about below normal temperatures and just how low the wind chills will go.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Now this morning here on a Thursday. I'm Chris Stanford.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Leah Lynchide. You might notice we are separated this morning. Chris is working out in the newsroom. I am in the studio. We're taking every precaution possible to protect our crew and our community from COVID as cases continue to rise. We're doing that by extending our social distancing and, of course, wearing masks as soon as we get off the desk.
We want to do our part and be as careful as we can. So you'll see this not only on News 3 Now this morning, but on other newscasts too, as we try to do our part to help slow the spread of this latest wave. And man, I hope it doesn't last as long as the last time we did this. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. I miss you, Chris. Yeah. It's quiet out here.
Soon enough, hopefully, friend, we'll be back together. Top in the news this half hour, friends of the Halderson family say Chandler Halderson wasn't acting like himself while his parents were missing and call his behavior weird. Chandler Halderson allegedly told authorities and several family friends that his father and mother had taken a large amount of cash and alcohol and had left with another couple he didn't know to go blow off some steam. Jane Higgeldorf, who testified, said that didn't sound right, and her first thought was, that's not my best friend. Her daughters visited Chandler after he reported his parents missing and said that he was not the person they grew up with.
We sit down at the table and the detectives leave. I wanted to go with them, but
why?
Just a weird vibe, and this is just not somewhere. I just didn't feel very safe. Like I felt. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I'm sitting in the middle of what now seems to be a crime scene with somebody who is acting differently than I'm used to.
Previously, Chandler Halderson's defense has told the jury that the events that happened before and after the Haldersons' deaths don't prove what actually happened to them, and to keep in mind that Chandler Halderson is innocent until proven guilty. To learn more about this week's full court proceedings, head to channel3000.com. We have a timeline of all the events that led to this trial, from the last time the Haldersons were seen all the way to the trial date. On the Halderson page, there was also a full conversation that he had with one of our reporters just before being arrested.
6:32 to our other top story this morning, the cold snap that we're just starting to enter into. Chris Reese has your certified most accurate forecast.
Yeah, we're talking about the weather bulletins that we have across the country right now. One thing to pay attention to, they are all winter weather related at this point. We're talking winter storm warnings and throughout parts of the south and east. Blizzard warnings and high wind warnings show up towards the north, and then the northern plains. This includes us. It is the wind chill advisories and the wind chill warnings. We're going to see more and more of that as we go through time. Just for fun, I want to take a moment and talk about the winter storm that we're seeing across parts of the south, because they're talking one winter storm that may give parts of Kentucky and Tennessee more snow than we have seen so far this season in Madison. Snowfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour happening in my old stomping grounds. Meanwhile, we are going to stay on the quiet side of things. I can't rule out a couple of snowflakes out there today, but the cold is truly the name of the game. That's why we have those alert days in the forecast for Friday and Monday. Low temperatures 5 to 7 degrees below zero. Those wind chills 25 degrees below zero, if not even a little bit more. For tomorrow, we're already talking about wind chill advisories that have been issued. I will not be surprised if we start to see more of these wind chill advisories expanded eastward, especially as we go throughout tonight and into tomorrow morning. This is later on this afternoon. Our wind chill will be around 3 degrees below zero at the warmest part of the day. But tomorrow morning, you wake up and you begin to head out the door, wind chills may feel as much as 20 to 25 below zero around here. Into the afternoon, we stay feeling below zero. We'll get better for the weekend. Then we start to move towards early next week, and more cold starts to move in, perhaps 20 to 30 below zero as we start to move towards your Monday morning. So a lot of the school systems that aren't virtual now, that are going in person, may end up virtual or just closed altogether as we start to move towards Monday morning because of the cold that is coming in. That is something I'm going to be keeping a very close eye on. But for now, Doppler track is quiet for us this morning. We're seeing some snow showers and flurries, but a lot of it does not show up on radar. It's flying low. Low-level moisture doesn't always get picked up by the radar beam, but nonetheless, we are watching snow showers out there. Take it easy. Some of our heavier snow showers have been a little bit further towards the north and east. We'll continue to see that snow shower and flurry chance this morning, and then it is focusing on the cold, especially for Friday. We'll see another chance for flurries and freezing drizzle on Saturday, and then more cold follows that up as we begin to open next week as well. The warmest day in our forecast is Thursday at 31.
Saturday is not looking so bad either. You said wind chill should stay still in the double digits.
Yes, they should stay okay. And even that chance for flurries and freezing drizzle shouldn't be a big deal.
I'll take it. Chris Reese, thank you very much. You can stay on top of those wind chills, the rest of the weather, by downloading the Channel 3000 weather app. Just do a search for Channel 3000 weather in your app store. Inflation costs plus that cold snap to start January could have you paying a significantly higher heating bill. McKenna Alexander here now, some ways to cut down on that cost. Hey, McKenna.
Yeah, hey, Leo. Well, depending on how you heat your home, you can expect to see your bill go up 30 to 54% this winter. It's according to a U.S. Energy Information and Administration report. So that's the bad news. But the good news is there are ways to manage that major price hike. If you're planning to up the temperature, there are a couple things you can do to save a few dollars on your energy bill each month. But when it comes to how much you'll save, officials say it really just varies based on a couple of factors.
The heating costs are going to vary depending on, if you've got a newer, more energy efficient home, a larger home, so it's really going to vary. And a lot of that cost is dependent on usage.
To lower that usage, you can leave blinds open during the day, seal windows and leaks, and make sure vents are not obstructed. So whether it's a few dollars or a few dozen saved, Alliant tells me even the smallest of changes can make an impact.
Some good advice there, McKenna Alexander. Thank you very much. News 3 now, your coronavirus headquarters. COVID cases in Wisconsin continue to increase. For the second day in a row, a new single-day state record for cases. In a single day, more than 10,000 new cases were reported. More than 25% of tests are coming back positive statewide, and more children are being hospitalized. That's according to Children's Wisconsin Hospital in Milwaukee. They say cases are rising, but the effects of Omicron, at least, have not been as pronounced.
But we also want to make sure that we realize there's a broader impact than just the physical effect on health. And we know for kids, we need to focus on the behavior, emotional, and social aspects and how COVID has affected those.
With the increased hospitalizations of both kids and adults, hospitals are facing their own outbreaks among staff. Some hospitals across the country are seeing hospitalizations increase more than 500% in just 2 weeks.
So many of our people are sick, not just the clinically facing staff, but even the support staff, the lab staff, etc. Way too many people are not taking it seriously.
Now the CDC has expanded eligibility for Pfizer's COVID-19 booster shot to include all Americans 12 years and older, at least 5 months after they've received their first 2 shots.
Some Wisconsin colleges are now pushing back a return to classes this semester. Marquette University is delaying the start of classes a week. They will also require students to have booster shots. Highly recommended for faculty and staff, but not required. Edgewood College is also delaying the restart of in-person courses. In-person learning will now begin there at Edgewood January 24th. It's human nature when you come upon a car crash that you just can't look away. But now You can't take a picture of it because it's against the law in Wisconsin. Police say that gawkers driving by crashes can cause more problems for first responders, sometimes even causing a second crash. The bill signed into law last month gives penalties to drivers who use their cell phones within 500 feet of a crash site.
These accidents, these crashes can be avoided as long as people just pay attention to the roadway in front of them.
Breaking the law could subject a person to a misdemeanor with a fine of up to $10,000 and up to 9 months in jail.
A bill in the legislature would require employers to accept proof of natural immunity for COVID-19 in lieu of a vaccine or weekly testing requirement. Florida, West Virginia, and Arkansas already have similar bills requiring employers to accept things like antibody tests. The only medical person speaking in support of it at our capital practices a type of natural medicine that isn't recognized in Wisconsin. Epidemiologists told us antibody tests only measure for what you had, which does give people a level of immunity, but the level of immunity varies more than with the vaccinated immunity.
There is no test that can tell somebody whether or not they are protected from getting COVID in the future.
One thing epidemiologist A.J. Sethi said shouldn't be discounted is the type of immunity that having COVID and the vaccine provides. It's a level far surpassing what you get from either one of those alone.
6:39 as we look outside, that cold weather really setting in. Chris Reese is going to pinpoint some alert days in the forecast coming up.
Quick Trip marking a major milestone. What lucky numbers store opened its doors in Wisconsin this week?
Plus, I'm Josh Breider live in Prairie du Sac this morning with how this community is showing support for those healthcare workers on the front lines. We're in the 608 when we come back.
Furniture and Appliance Mart's 72-hour appliance sale is this weekend. Save as much as 40% off on top brand appliances, plus no interest financing for 18 months with $999 minimum purchase at Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
There's been much debate about the Mona Lisa smile. Would it have been bigger and brighter if she'd had good dental care? Maybe if Physicians Mutual Insurance Company had been around back then, it'd be a different story. She could have gone to the dentist more, knowing she'd have help paying the bills. And those regular checkups might have found early signs of tooth decay or gum disease, costly problems that could keep anyone from smiling. Physicians Mutual offers affordable coverage that can help pay for cleanings and unexpected or expensive procedures you might need, like crowns or dentures. This is real dental insurance, not just a discount plan or for checkups only. There are no deductibles, and there's no annual maximum. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Call or go online today for a free information kit from Physicians Mutual. Get the dental care you need to help you stay healthy. For your free information kit with all the details, call us now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Wisconsin winters will warm your heart. Time for big smiles and downhill fun. Time to step outside and get lost in the snow.
There's nothing else there close to this.
Time once again for memory making with those who matter most. It's what a trip to Wisconsin is all about.
In winter, you add an extra layer when you head outside. This year, you can do the same thing inside, too. A COVID booster makes your protection stronger, even against Delta and Omicron. So if you're vaccinated and 16 or older, give yourself an extra layer of protection in crowded stores, restaurants, wherever. Right when you need it most.
It's your last chance to ring in the new year with style at Ashley Home Store. Save up to 54% off holiday doorbusters and special buys while supplies last. Plus, interest-free financing for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Only at Ashley Home Store.
U.S. ad spending is set to surpass $300 billion by 2022, and the greater Madison area is poised for major growth. So now would be a great time to consider a career in multimedia sales and to join our team selling our top-rated media and digital solutions. Work for a company that offers training, autonomy, flexibility, income growth, upward mobility, and work-life balance with a competitive wage. If you have a passion to drive results for local businesses, then visit morganmurphymedia.com right now to apply.
You're watching Madison's fastest growing newscast. News 3 Now this morning.
Hey, Chris. We're the Etley family from Janesville. Chris, plan our day.
Aw. Well, good morning, guys, from Janesville. It is going to be a cold day out there. Lots of cloud cover, too, and a chance for some flurries out there this morning. We're seeing them now, but it's fine snowflake activity, so a lot of that doesn't show up on radar, doesn't make the camera look all that hazy per se. But yes, there's a chance of flurries out there this morning. Temperatures only really warm up to about 12 or so into the afternoon. In Madison, it's 8. Similar temperatures to Janesville as well. You do see that light snow being reported at the airport. Doppler track, overall quiet. Some of them do show up when it comes to those flurries. Here's that current wind chill for Janesville at 0. The wind chills are going to be the big story. Overall, be on the lookout for these cold wind chills to really move in. This is why we have alert days in that forecast for Friday and for Monday. Wind chills as much as 25 degrees below 0, if not even a little cooler.
Ooh, we've been warned. All right, Chris Reese, thank you very much. We're in the 608 this morning with how one area community is showing support for their healthcare heroes.
Josh Sprider is live in a chilly and frosty Prairie du Sac this morning with a story that's sure to warm us up. Hey, Josh.
Hey, it sure is, guys. Very picturesque out here, but this story is quite incredible. We're live just outside of Sauk Prairie Healthcare this morning, and the story that we're about to show you is very, very inspirational and emotional. Take a look.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This video already has close to 4,000 views this morning in just 1 week alone. It comes at a time when Sauk Prairie healthcare workers needed a little boost. You're looking at an incredible and emotional display of the support of many folks across the Sauk County area. The video's creator, Ben Nelms, thought it was the least he could do in showing the love for our healthcare heroes, especially during this time. With the help and willingness of other community members willing to participate, Ben tells me it made putting the video together quite easy.
We're out here supporting for you, praying for you, thinking about you all the time. On your hardest days and your hardest moments, at least know that much. And we'll keep trying to do our part to stay healthy and stay out of the hospital and get things back to normal.
So this video definitely giving Sauk Prairie healthcare workers a boost right now. Their CEO, Sean Lurch, tells me he is still optimistic with strong reason for hope that we can all rise and rally around our common goal of ending the pandemic. Lurch also wants to thank the community for every step taken in keeping yourself, your loved ones, neighbors, and even strangers safe. He encourages everyone to continue being careful and also went on to say that together we will get through this. Live back here at Sauk Prairie Healthcare this morning, if you'd like to take a look at that video for yourself, I've posted it in full with a link at channel3000.com and also our mobile app this morning, guys.
Josh, one of these clinics employees, Lisa, emailed us both because she knows we love the 608. I hear she dropped by this morning with a little present, huh?
She did. Yes, she stopped by a little bit ago and dropped us off a nice tub of individually wrapped chocolate chip cookies, guys, for the newsroom. She wanted to thank us for all of our hard work as well. And I said, you know what? Our job is easy compared to what they're doing behind these doors right now. And it's an emotional thing. I think everyone is trying their best right now to do what they can. And I think we just got to continue showing that support. So Lisa, thank you for the cookies. And yeah, you guys will be getting a special treat once we return to Madison.
Hey.
Thanks, Lisa. How wonderful. Josh, great story. Way to uplift us today. Remember to let Josh know what inspires you in the 608. Reach out on social media or email him at in the608@WISC-TV.com. 6:47 now. A Dane County judge has found the property management group for the building that previously housed Pisons in contempt of a court order. Executive Managers, Inc. and Rice Investors, LLC have been ordered to pay $1,000 every day until they comply with an order compelling them to pay for a routine inspection on their building on West Wilson Street. Pison's restaurant brought the suit against them after being forced to leave the building last year due to structural concerns.
There really was no effort made here to do the least that was necessary, which is to come up with some money, or at least ask the owners to come up with some money in order to be able to pay the contractors that they contacted.
This morning, it's unclear if EMI will begin paying for inspections or when the tenants can return.
In the last 9 years, Quick Trip has doubled its total number of stores. Across the Midwest, there are now 800 locations. The company opened that 800th store in Holmond, outside La Crosse, yesterday. Leaders say the company's family values have allowed them to grow.
A credit to our ownership family. They treat us like family. And so people do stay with Quick Trip. They tend to love it once they start. It's not uncommon for us to have people with 20+ years at Quick Trip.
Across those 800 stores and its headquarters, Quick Trip employs more than 32,000 workers. I think they got this far, Chris, in no small part thanks to how many spicy chicken sandwiches I buy there.
Yeah, and think of all the glazers.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
of all the glazers.
Constant glazers in this building.
It's a newsroom pleaser, for sure.
It truly is. All right, 6:49 now. Coming up in the morning sprint, doctors advising new masking guidelines and chilly temperatures making for dangerous roads in Madison. We have everything you need to know to start your day out.
First, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV to help them celebrate. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
We rocks in the treetop all day long, hopping and a bopping and a singing this song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin going tweet, 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 rockin' robin.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill Butterburger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time? Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you.
Welcome to Delicious.
Weather can be weathered with technology there to help you in a Ford Escape. Winter roads can be tough. Bronco Sport, tougher. And Explorer can take the bite out of chilly mornings. Ford, winter like you mean it. Hurry in to get a great offer on a weather-ready Ford SUV. Visit your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers today.
Grass looks great, Zeus. Hey, could you maybe trim the hydrangea too?
Sure thing, Kevin. You want me to do the boxwoods as well?
No. Finding the right person for the job isn't always easy. But when you have an insurance question, you can always count on your local Geico agent. They can give you personalized advice and could help you save hundreds.
Hey, Medusa, let's boogie.
For expert help with all your insurance needs, get to know your local Geico agent today.
Over these past months, we've all experienced changes and a great deal of reflection. But here's a change you can truly be excited about. Sonobello, America's #1 cosmetic surgery specialist, permanently removes the fat from your stomach, hips and thighs, and back.
I walked past mirrors. I didn't want to see any of that. I can't even tell you how excited I am about Sonobello and what they've done for me.
I'm just living my best life now because I'm being the best that I can be.
Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells permanently. Schedule your free, no-obligation consultation. Plus, get $250 off instantly. You deserve to do something for you. Call 1-888-512-1753 or go to sonobello.com now.
That was funny. Yeah. That's a sick bike.
Boys.
Miss Sanderson?
See you Monday.
No way.
At SSM Health, hope is closer than ever.
6:53, time for the morning sprint.
This morning, the Dane County Sheriff's Office is asking for help finding a 17-year-old girl. Jaylene Avendano Perez was last seen in her home in the town of York on December 29th. Officials say she might be with friends in the Waterloo, Columbus, or Madison areas. Anyone with information should call the Dane County Communications Center.
Health experts say it's time to upgrade your COVID mask. For nearly 2 years, we've been hearing how important it is to mask up to prevent the spread of COVID. Now, with the rapidly spreading Omicron variant, experts say cloth masks just don't cut it anymore, and it's time to upgrade to an N95 masks. Those respirators can block 95% of particles.
Stoughton Trailers is expanding this year. The transportation equipment giant is building a new plant in Waco, Texas. It will manufacture Chase's products and bring 125 jobs to the Waco area. Locally, the company is also installing a new production line at its Wisconsin facility. That move is expected to bring 150 new jobs to our state.
Beloit Schools receiving nearly $300,000 from the U.S. Department of Justice. It's for security improvements. It's part of the DOJ's Community-Oriented Policing Services Office School Violence Prevention Program. It comes after a student was arrested at Beloit Memorial after an alleged off-campus homicide last year.
In Madison, drivers should still expect slippery conditions on some roads. The Streets Division says it's too cold to salt. They'll go with sand on many main routes. They don't expect to be able to salt until at least Saturday.
Well, today marks the first anniversary of the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. Supporters of former President Donald Trump breached the Capitol after his speech challenging the 2020 election results. More than 700 people have been arrested, and the FBI says it's still looking for 350 others who they call violent criminals. President Biden is scheduled to address the nation today while Mr. Trump canceled plans for a news conference from his Florida estate.
The oldest known U.S. World War II veteran has died. This is video from Lawrence Brooks' 112th birthday celebration just a few months ago. According to the National World War II Museum, Brooks served in the predominantly African-American 91st Engineer Battalion. After the war, Brooks lived in Louisiana. He's survived by 5 children, 13 grandchildren, and 32 great-grandchildren.
Pandemic once again disrupts music's biggest night. The 64th annual Grammy Awards show is being postponed due to health concerns linked to the virus. The event was originally scheduled for January 31st in L.A. No word on a makeup date. Well, someone you know could have just won the Powerball. One ticket was sold in Wisconsin, the other in Sacramento, California. So the winners will have to split the $630 million jackpot. This is footage of the 7-Eleven in California where the winning ticket was sold. Lottery officials haven't yet said where the winning ticket was sold in Wisconsin.
8 degrees with light snow showers coming down here in Madison. Our wind chill 4 degrees below zero. Get used to this cold. It's going to be here for a couple of days. Today, we are warming up to 12 for your afternoon high. Lots of clouds, and even those flurries stick around with us. Here are wind chills, though, as we push into the future. 8 o'clock tonight, wind chills are into the teens below zero. Tomorrow morning, we are in the 20s below zero as you get ready to head out the door, and we are going to keep those wind chills below zero until Saturday. Then we're cold again as we move towards Monday morning. Our actual air temperature at -7. Wind chills are going to be even colder as we warm up to 7 for the high on Monday. No major snow chances in the next 10 days.
We're keeping an eye on those alert days. Stay with News 3 Now for the very latest.